Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Zaga-tastic stream. It is I, your friend, the one, the only, Z-A single God. I hope you're all having a wonderful morning, noon, night, evening, whatever time it is for you today. We have been raided by the Sith Lord, Mira. Welcome, Mira and chat. Welcome. How are you all doing? And today we do our week-long awaited Star Wars tier list. Yes, hello Raiders. Now I don't have to try and entertain the pillaging Raiders. Thank you, Yuki, thank you. Yes, your cat brought you here. Hello. How are you
Someone
all
has
doing?
entered the dragon.
Oh, thank you. Welcome to Dragon's Dead. Welcome, try me time. Welcome. You will become a great dragon lord. I can power. Shout with strength. Use it. Grasp a hold. Yes, so we're going to be doing a tier list, my friends. A tier list of the Star Wars live action battle. Yes. Now, I'm sure each of you know about all the Star Wars movies, Star Wars Episode 1s through 9, and Solo, and a Rogue One. Now, normally what I would do, I would normally take all of them, write them down on paper, and put them in a hat and pull them out one by one randomly. I wouldn't do it in an order, but there's only like, what, 11 movies here? And we might as well go in chronological order, because they do tell a story. And I think that actually kind of plays a part in the way that I rank them. The way they tell the story of Star Wars. My hair looks so weird today. I washed it with shampoo for the first time this week, because I only do it once a week, because I heard it's really bad to do it every day. And so my hair just feels weird. Oh, hot take, Rogue One is great. That's not even a hot take. I think Rogue One is just great. Rogue One is pretty good. Okay, I feel like you're going to judge me hard and maybe chase me off with a bat if I say what I need to say. Do we keep the series out of this? What series? Are we talking about the TV series? Like, okay, don't judge me, please. I've not seen it. Runs away. It's fine if you haven't seen Rogue One. That was when Star Wars' popularity was starting to wane. So not seeing Rogue One makes a lot of sense, and the trailers didn't really work out for it. But we'll get there when we get there. First, let's start with the episode 1, not the first one, but episode 1, the beginning of the story of Anakin Skywalker as a child, Obi-Wan Kenobi first learning to be a Jedi Knight, the birth of C-3PO, the start of Padawan's rule, and the death of Qui-Gon Jinn at the hand Darth Maul. Oh shit! Should have shout out the raiding party. What's YP Fellows Jawas? Oh hi Marinus Gray. Marinus, how are you doing? Do we keep the series out of which series? I haven't seen any. You haven't seen any of the Star Wars films? Wow, that's a surprising thing. Oh shit! Should I have shout out the raid party? It's yes. Oh yeah. Can we SO Mira TV? SO Mira, she's a really great streamer. Before we really get into this, Mira is great, really great person. She's super close to the chat. She's so much fun. She was doing a just chatting stream earlier because she wanted to stream, but it was like past midnight for her, so that's just how great she is. Here's the thing. Episode 1 is the first movie where George Lucas just had full complete reign on the entire movie. All right, here a little known fact. George Lucas did not direct episodes 4, 5, and 6. He was directly involved with the creation of them, but he did not direct them completely by himself. He wrote the story and he had people around him. Darth Maul does bring it back up higher. Darth Maul definitely helps. I wouldn't put it B tier, I don't think, Tokoyami, because it still has some pretty bad flaws. Like, rewatch that one. The story is really slow paced. It feels more like a political drama and not like a Star Wars film, is what he was trying to go for. And also the other problems with it is this: the CG at the time was really, really good. Now it's pretty bad, but at the time it was really good CG. Only beaten out by probably the first Jurassic Park film. One day I'll watch them. I want to. It's just there's so many movies. It's intimidating on when to start, and I keep delaying it. Just watch episode 4 and see how you like it. That's what I think you should do. Watch episode 4. If you like that film, good. Keep going with it. If you don't like episode 4, just stop. Episode 4 is a very open and shut movie. You don't need to keep watching the other ones to get the story of it. You don't need to watch the ones before or after. Just that one. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Damn it, Steam Element. Well, what happens? Oh yeah, it's I always have it set to in case people laugh at something, they'll clip it. I type it like this now. Haha, haha. So he stops pulling me. 4 sucks balls. Lol. 4 is good. I don't know what you're talking about. 4 is really good. It's older, but it is good. But anyways, episode 1. We'll get back to this. Episode 1, it has some good moments. That last fight with the Duel of the Fates, wonderful, amazing fight. The overall movie, kind of Something about it is just not great. If you watch chronological, 4 is the worst. I don't understand. How is 4 the worst if you watch chronological? That doesn't really make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me at all. What about C tier? 4 is good, but not my favorite. I agree. 4 is good. Also not my favorite, but it's really good. But episode 1, I think goes into C tier. It's got some flaws in it. Actually, I'm gonna put it in D tier. I think it's got some pretty bad flaws in it. They try to go with a lot of kiddie humor with Jar Jar. They used him way too much in that film. They didn't really know how to use him sparingly. The pod racing scene is cool. The fight scene at the end is cool, but the rest of it is just kind of like, look at these cool worlds and these aliens and this political plot, and you're like, I guess. Can we get to the Star Wars stuff? And it takes too long to get there. So I don't like episode 4 that much. I think it's pretty bad. It's probably, most people consider episode 1 their worst one. For me, it's not the worst one, and I have some reasons. What about C tier? 4 is good one. Darth Maul tier. Oh, true. You got Yuki. You got it. D. Darth Maul. I was just gonna say it has so many flaws it doesn't even deserve to fill the whole graph. Keck W. Oh man. Damn. You got it there. Yeah, it does have a lot of flaws. But you know which one also has a lot of flaws? Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, personally, I like Attack of the Clones. It pulls back on Jar Jar a lot. That was one thing that was good about George Lucas. He learns from his mistakes and he just moves forward. He doesn't try to rewrite out anything. He just keeps going with the films and changes what he realizes is a problem. One thing he realized, people don't want to see kids too much. That being said, you see kid Boba Fett. Yeah, child Boba Fett or Jango Fett's son clone thing, which we didn't really need to see. He's just sad. They're sad. Just sad all the time. I'm a kid and I'm sad in a Star Wars film. Yeah, it's not that great. Yes, the one with the sand. Which one is Princess Leia's scene with the Jabba from? That's episode 6. That's all the way in episode 6. So we're not going to see that for a while. But anyways, episode 2, we get to see Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan for the first time. Great Ewan McGregor. Everyone agrees. He's probably the best part of the prequels. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. We get to see a younger Yoda who some people got annoyed that he's like jumping around, flipping around, but you have to remember he's still kind of strong with the Force. He hasn't started like dying yet. He's just older, and he can only do it sparingly. So I kind of like it, but I get why people don't like it. The scene where he's like, "I hate sand. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere." Now here's the thing. That line is so cheesy and weird, but Star Wars also has some cheesy and weird lines in it, like, "Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope." So, see, the way I deliver that line is not good. And there's rumors that these two, Hayden Christensen and, oh, I forget the girl's name, Padme's actresses. Natalie Portman, thank you. We know they can act, and there are rumors that say that George Lucas would literally tell them, stand here, act the scene this specific way. He would tell them how to do the scene instead of letting the actors kind of, you know, act it out. D tier is probably my least favorite of the first three. Huh. I'm surprised. Yeah, well, you know, some people actually do like 2 less than 1. I like 1 less than 2, but I think they're both pretty bad. This one was alright to me, got some good memes. Yeah, it's the memes. It's the memes that really save it. But the memes aren't enough to see. I think it's a pretty bad film overall. Although there are more good scenes, so I would put it higher, but not above D tier. So I'm gonna say this is still in D tier. This one, like, I can watch it for fun, but I don't think, like, when I'm watching, I'm like, these aren't great. And then we get to everyone's agreed best one of the prequels, Revenge of the Sith. Now, Revenge of the Sith is the film where we get to see Anakin change to the dark side. It feels really out of place because they didn't have a lot of time to really build that up, because they had to build up Palpatine taking over the Senate, which this movie has some really great lore scenes, like the scene with Palpatine going, "Have you heard the story of Darth?" Why? That whole opera scene is great. It's just a huge lore scene. It's not being cringy, not being weird. It's just talking about lore in the Star Wars universe, which is always good. People love lore. If you've ever seen a Dungeons and Dragons stream, you know people love lore. I mean, mythology is all lore, and that's what this is all based off, mythology. This one is all right. Oh yeah, that's back. D subscript A tier. Which one? D or A tier? I'm confused, Yuki. Oh, that's where it's from. Come to the dark side. Yes. Have you heard of the tale of? By the way, these are actual Sith robes for anyone who doesn't know. These are official ones from Disney. The huge ass sleeve. Look at these sleeves. They're like 3 feet long, if not longer. A tier Palpatine is my favorite part of the first 3 movies. Oh yeah, he's great in the first 3 movies. Palpatine is good in all 3 movies. And then I think Ewan McGregor is the second best part, if not the first best. I think it's a tie between them. This is also the movie where we get the meme of, hello, General Kenobi. Hello there. Oh no, hello there, General Kenobi. I like this movie a lot. I think it really rises to become way better in this one. So I put it B tier. I think this is actually the first of the prequels that's a legitimately good movie. There's still some bad parts in it, but I think it's legitimately good. You can have fun with it. You can watch it for the lore. You can watch it for some of the really good action scenes. Some of the acting in it is actually really good because the actors got to act. So I think it's great. That's great. How I need one of those too. Oh, I know that too. I know some stuff from it. I'm not a total noob. I didn't think you were, Mira. You thought it was a blanket? No, this is an actual Sith robe. And I'm wearing my One Piece. Can't really see. Gotta reclick. So it's just a map. But I like this clip. Anyways, so now that we're out of prequel territory, we go to, I don't remember which one is. I think Solo is first. So now we go to Solo, one of the spin-off films. Now, a lot of people did not like this film. This film came out in the height of Star Wars. I don't want to say hate, but Star Wars loss of fan power pull, I should say, because it came out after The Last Jedi, when people weren't really happy with that movie. It was a side movie, which the last side movie people liked, but they only liked the ending. And it was about a character who we didn't really need an origin story. So there were going to be problems with this movie no matter what happened. But it came out in a really bad era. So this is the lowest grossing Star Wars film of all time. Would be great for the cold. It would be, but it's a little itchy. Not gonna lie, it's a little itchy. One of personal side note too, I love the pod racing. Those scenes are 8. I like the pod racing personally, but I think the overall scene is kind of cringy at times. Like when they're racing and he goes, "Now this is pod racing." That is what? Who says that? Imagine a NASCAR driving being like, "Now this is car racing." What? It was weird. I'm eating cheese curds right now, and Solo is a D tier. No, I actually think Solo is not D tier. I think there are some solid things in it. For starters, I actually think the actor does a pretty good job of playing kind of a younger, more hopeful um Han Solo before he kind of becomes a smuggler and gets corrupted by everything that kind of happens. I like to see Chewie and Han acting like just people hanging out instead of always having Han be like super cool and Chewie just being like his dog, talking dog sidekick. I like that. I think that's good scenes. Those are some good stuff. Up, go have fun lurking, Yuki. You gotta wear long sleeve under if it's cold. That will solve the problem. True. True. I agree, Mira. Yeah, share some of them cheese curds. A good pod-esque racing series. Open Star Racer. Oh, that sounds cool. I might have heard about that. I would consider that. There's some other stuff I really liked in it. What's his name? Oh, Donald Glover playing oh, I'm forgetting the character's name. Oh, I keep wanting to say Sirius, but that's Harry Potter. That's not even Star Wars. Lando Calrissian, that's it. Donald Glover playing Lando Calrissian. He was really good. His robot was kind of annoying, but the movie also admits that she's kind of annoying. So it makes her less annoying as a viewer. Like, everybody's like, oh my god, you're so annoying talking about robot rights all the time. Calm down, you're a robot. It was... And I actually have a lot of fun with it. And it shows the Kessel Run scene, which I had always known. They explained that long time ago. Long before Disney bought it. The whole parsecs thing. And I liked the scene a lot, so I'm putting it in C tier. I think it's better than these movies, but not as good as Episode 3. So I still think it's not great, but it's okay. It's middle ground. It's good. Then we get to Rogue One. Now, Rogue One, I think the beginning is really disjointed. And it doesn't really know what movie it wants to be at the beginning. Solo was quite alright. I'd say C tier. C to me. At least C. Oh yeah, the ship guy. I didn't like the Maul cameo. It was pointless. It wasn't pointless because it's an in-lore thing. If you follow the TV shows a little bit, you'd understand the Maul cameo. It actually made a lot of sense. B to me, this brought me back into Star Wars franchise. I actually think this is really good. So the first part of it, the first third, doesn't know what kind of movie it wants to be. It's trying to be like a political thriller, but also it's jumping from planet to planet. You don't really know what's going on. It's kind of hard to follow. But then once it gets to that one desert planet, because Star Wars has like 50,000 desert planets. I think it is supposed to be Tatooine, but I don't remember. Actually, I can't. Is it Tatooine? Either way, it's really, I think it's a really good scene because it starts off so good halfway through the film near the end when you meet up all the characters. Him being like I am one with the Force is with me. I am one with the Force is with me. Seeing this guy being a little crazy after what he went through. Their friendship is great. The only problem really for me are the two main characters. They're kind of bland. They're just there. K2SO is also fun. Voiced by Alan Tudyk, by the way. Alan Tudyk is a great actor. I love Alan Tudyk. Oh yeah, the ship guy. I don't like the Maul cameo. B to me, this brought back. This one has fully new cast. No, yes, it has a completely different cast. And there's a reason. And I don't want to spoil it too much, but I will give you a spoiler warning. From here on out, I'm gonna spoil some heavy stuff that happens at the end of Rogue One. So if you don't want to hear it, mute me for about 5 minutes real quick, and I'm just gonna say it. So mute me for 5 minutes ish in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if you want to hear, so basically what Rogue One is about how they built the Death Star, you know, the giant thing that can destroy a planet, and these guys trying to find the secret message that, because her father was the guy who helped build it because he was forced to, and he left a secret message about its one weakness, and she ends up finding it. And at the end, they all die. Everyone here dies except for one person but everyone dies at the end of Rogue One. That's my big spoiler, and it is such a good scene when they die. Like, you're like, holy shit, these characters die, and they were so much fun. I told you it was gonna be spoilers. I told you to mute me. I told you. I warned you, Mira. This is on you. I told you. But it was such a good scene, and then you see The Rebels. I didn't imagine the end of it too. Hey man, when the dark side. This is the dark side of the. But anyways, it was the ending when they're on the ship, the rebel ship, trying to get the plans away, and you see Darth Vader slaughtering through them, just slaughtering the rebels one by one. Holy fuck, that scene was great. It ends on like the perfect note for this film. And you know, that last third of the movie was just so great. It's so much fun. It's good action. You actually care for the characters, even the two most boring ones. You care for them a little bit, and you're sad that they're dying, and you're like, and it's really good. It really does save kind of the newer films for me, and I think it goes in B2. There are still a lot of problems with it, like some of the CG is, and the CG on Carrie Fisher was, like her face looks really plastic. He's right though. It's an amazing ending. Not sad at all. I see. It was a good ending. Yeah, it's like that ending kind of saved the film for me when I was watching it. That whole last scene on that last planet. It was really good. Lots of fun. B tier. Now we get into the classics, the originals, the very first Star Wars movie, the one that started it all, Star Wars: A New Hope by George Lucas. And what can I say? This is a classic movie. And this is the movie that pioneered science fiction films and science fiction games and space operas and all that stuff. This is the movie that brought it all to life. All right. This is the movie that launched Harrison Ford's career. This is the movie that launched Carrie Fisher's career. This is the movie that launched my brain wants to say Daniel Radcliffe. I don't know why I keep thinking of Harry Potter characters. Yes, hey, I know it's Mark Hamill. My brain was thinking Daniel. Mark Hamill's career. This is the movie that launched all these careers. And it's a classic. It is great. Even the poster. Look, the poster even says the classic adventure that started it all. There's nothing more I can say. It's so much fun. I love it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Use the Force. Stretch out your feelings. You know it too. You know, it's great. And I put it into A tier. It has some problems here and there, like the kind of the perfect happy ending of them saving the day and killing the bad guys, but it's still a really solid film. All right. Yeah, it is super important. How do you change the walking avatar? Oh, on the screen around here, there should be a thing, little box. If you move your mouse to the stream, there should be a box that's called Stream Avatars. Click on that, and you should be able to change your avatar with points you can get by playing in some of the games. Here, I'll start a battle royale, so we can all you guys can make some points. Hopefully, we'll see who makes points. Now we go on to episode 5. Episode 5 is the movie that I think pretty much everyone agrees is probably the best Star Wars film out of all of them. I don't think anyone there are definitely people who disagree because everybody has their favorites. But this is the one that is widely agreed to be the best Star Wars film. The best space opera film ever. I want to say. It's a really great. Oh, who's winning? Is it gonna be Yuki? Come on, Yuki, I believe in you. What the fuck? Why does Rayquaza move so derpily? What was that? Did anybody look at the way Rayquaza moves? Look, when he moves fast, it's so derpy. A tier, I like 6 more. I actually put this in S tier. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm a little biased here, but it's my tier list, damn it. My tier list. Oh, I'm late because I was distracted. My negative about 4 in chronological that Yoda turns from a badass in 3 into a stupid jokester in 4. He's not in episode 4. Yoda's not in episode 4 though. That you're thinking in episode 5. That's when he's a jokester. But it's because he's old and he's pretending to not be a Jedi. He was pretending to just be some crazy old person. And then the moment he starts acting like a Jedi, he starts getting very serious. Yeah, it's in 5. Hello. General Kenobi. Yeah, so he's not. It's not that he's like he just starts being like a jokester character. He's like pretending to be this crazy old man. Like, know this Yoda? I do not. And then once Obi-Wan starts trying to talk to him, he starts getting very serious. He's like, "Who old he is? Train him. I will not. Cannot go through. Same thing as last time." So that's why he starts. But I think this is great. The scene on Cloud City. I've altered the deal. Pray, I alter it. Luke, Obi-Wan never told you who your father was. He told me you killed him. No, Luke. Feel it. I am your father. Just some great classic lines. Wonderful. The scene when Han Solo's getting frozen in carbonite. I love you. I know. Just like wonderful, fantastic, well-written scene. Great. I love it. Everything about this film. I can watch episode 5 so much. It's such a good film. And then we get episode 6 with a very special kind of Princess Leia. Boys. Posture check. Here's my new posture. But anyways. There it is. Yes, episode 6. I still like episode 6. Now, little known fact, the reason that they changed his lightsaber from blue to green was because when they were filming those first scenes, he would hold up the blue lightsaber and it would blend in with the sky. So they changed it to green so it would pop out more. And there was actually a deleted scene showing Mark Hamill creating his new lightsaber, making it from scratch. But they cut it out of the movie for runtime reasons, I guess. I think I like this movie. The only problems I have with it really is that Harrison Ford kind of feels like he's phoning it in some scenes. Like he's just kind of, oh, I'm Harrison Ford being Han Solo. And that's because he wanted Han Solo to die in episode 5. He really wanted Han Solo to die. He literally like argued with George Lucas about it. He's like, Han Solo should die. He shouldn't be alive in the 6th movie. And because of that, you can tell Mark Hamill was like, he was like, oh, I guess I'll act in this. I don't really want to, but I guess I'll do it. And it was, he doesn't die in episode 6. He wanted to die, but George Lucas wouldn't let him die. He really hated that. Someone spoiled in League. Yeah, it got spoiled for me before that scene too, but that's in a different film. But yeah, he wanted to die in episode 5 and episode 6, and George Lucas wouldn't let him. Maybe this one or during 6, I fell asleep. Well, this one is episode 6. I'm confused what you're talking about. Try me time. But anyways, I like the ending is nice. The only problem I have is that the Jawas, how they're able to defeat the Empire. It doesn't make any sense. The fact that they're able to use rocks and stone arrows is pretty bad. So Zagreus is looking like Palpatine. How about we throw him off a very high place with a powerful push? It wouldn't work. I would just come back because the dark side is a path to what some would call a natural ability. Wow, I thought he was just like that in 7. No. Then I definitely fell asleep in this one. Fell asleep. Ha ha! He already had a hard day. The robe is itchy. Doesn't deserve to be punished too. Oh, thanks for trying to defend me, Mary. I think this is still a good film though, so I'm gonna put it in tier A. It's not S tier for me because there are things in it I'm like, this scene is kind of okay. But it has some really great scenes. It's still a great movie. I don't think there are very few people who disagree that it's a good movie. That's cheating. You can't put it in both. Makes you want to throw him off more. That's messed up. Ooh, yeah, why you bully? Why you bullying me? Now we've got one of the newer ones. This one is one of the fewer new ones that everybody really liked this. When this came out, a lot of people liked it. Some people were like, oh, it's too much like episode 4. It doesn't feel new. Yeah, but it was still so much fun. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Now, this was a great film. It was a lot of fun. I loved every second of it. But, it was unfortunate that they, they didn't have a plan when they made these films. The one thing I can say about George Lucas is every time he made films, he had a plan for the next two. He had a series lined out. He was ready. They were just like, we're gonna make Star Wars films. People like Star Wars films. I remember this. I love the weapons so much. Oh, cool. This one was in the Fortnite event, wasn't it? It probably was. I think so. Now, I really like it. It was a lot of fun. It's a really good film. It was a good start for a new series. It showed us some new characters. Han finally got to die, so you actually get to see Harrison Ford act. We got a new villain, and he's a really intimidating villain when you first see him. And then you get Finn. Finn was such a cool, interesting character. I thought he was so great. We got to see a stormtrooper. What it's like to be a stormtrooper. That was so good. And I have so much fun with this one. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. I think it's B tier quality. I think it's still pretty solid. Okay, well that one's just blending into that one for some reason. Doesn't matter. And then we get to the one that split the franchise. This one split the fan base so hard. The Last Jedi. And I'm gonna say this, I don't hate The Last Jedi, but I barely like it. You didn't like episode 7, so you put in D, that's fine. Quiet Couple's like, what is this? Fuck this one. Now this one, the fact that the whole premise is around that they don't have enough fuel to fly away, and that they can catch them through light speed, was kind of weird, kind of boring. How did they ever escape at the end? But I guess they just did because they weren't following them. And the biggest problem for me, Finn was way more interesting than the bland white bread we got for a protagonist. Well, he could have been the other protagonist. Oh, damn, I like this one. Wrong side of the fence, I guess. The fuel one is indeed weird. Agreed. And that whole gambling casino scene, cut that scene out of the movie. It doesn't need to be there. It just feels like a waste of time. Like, it's like, oh, look, there are bad people. And then there are people who sell to the good people and the bad people. Yeah, that's called war. That's called profiteering. We know what this is. We're not idiots. It was kind of weird. It was kind of dumb. It really... I didn't like that whole casino scene. Now, here's my thing. The whole thing about Rey being nobody, I would have been fine with that if it wasn't for the fact that the previous one had been building her up to be somebody. Like, there was always something like, oh, she's related to someone. She's someone important. There's all this stuff. The scene where she sees... she gets the lightsaber, like, that was Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, and it called out to you. That must mean you're someone important. And then it just... oh, you're nobody. You just happen to be good with the Force. And again, I'm fine with that. That's how Anakin was when he first started. He was just someone who was strong with the Force. But the previous movie had set up that she was going to be somebody, not nobody. And the problem was that they changed that because they had a different director and they didn't have a plan for their series. And so for me, this goes into C tier. It's just okay. I like it better than the prequels, but it's okay. I don't think it's good. I think it's just okay. Then we get to the very last one, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. And I'm just going to say I hate this movie. I hate this movie. I watched this movie, and the whole time I watched it, I was just getting more and more mad at the film. I literally remember sitting in theaters being like, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate... like, okay. They killed off the main villain. Oh, you mean for Last Jedi? You know, that does bug me, but I still think it's better than 1 and 2. Strong with the Force you are, Force lustful you are, dark side cookie given if embrace darkness. Oh. I get a cookie? But anyways, we go to the right. I hated this whole film. I really did. Like the whole dagger scene. Why would there be a dagger that's cut perfectly for the ship that was blown up twice? How are things still working in this giant ship? It got blown up twice. How does the door still work? Why is that thing still floating there? It shouldn't be there anymore. What is this? And then they had the whole tease of her possibly going dark side, and it was just for a trailer shot. You're really gonna waste a whole like 30 seconds on a trailer shot in the movie? God, you guys are supposed to have quality. What is this? And then the only scene I liked in the film was when C-3PO goes, when they to get the dark side translation, he has to erase his memories to unlock it. And he says, I'll do it for my friends. I'll do it to save everybody. I will forget everything in my life. And he's like, I'm looking at my friends for one last time. And then at the end of the movie, they give him all his memories back. It undoes that whole scene. I thought that was a good scene. I liked it. And then at the end of the movie, they just reversed it. They undid. They literally pressed Control Z and said, fuck it, we're undoing it. I hate 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 it. They made Finn even more useless in this film than they could have. He just goes, Rey! 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 He was one of the most interesting characters, and they just screwed him over. Then they have this whole scene where he's being mad at him for knowing how to do some tricks like hotwire a car, and it's like, why do you care about that? Why do you care about this petty shit about like hotwiring a car and knowing how to steal stuff from people? Dude, you were a stormtrooper. You've seen actual evil people. What is this BS? And then having Rey and what's his name, Kylo Ren kiss at the end. And then they tried to reverse and say, oh, it was a kiss of friendship. It was out of friendship she kissed him. No one kisses someone on the lips out of friendship. That was garbage. That was terrible. That was stupid. This film actually made me mad as I was watching it. Every scene, they fly now. They fly now. F tier. It's just F tier. I hate it. I hate this film. This one is actually, you can literally feel the corporate bullshit in the film playing its way, like, oh, we gotta fix this so that way we make the fans happy. No, look, you realize you did something people didn't like, and keep going with it. I would have preferred they kept going with the ending of episode 8 instead of trying to rewrite it all. It makes it a shit film then. You guys just didn't care about this. I hate it so much. I preferred the credits. Agreed. F tier. Everything about this was terrible. The way they brought the Emperor to the trailer shot not being important. Yeah, I felt bad for Finn. This could have been a cool character in movie 2, but yeah, so that's my tier list, guys. That's my tier list. I just went on a rant for forever about this one. So at the bottom, we have episode 9. I hate it. Then we have episode 1 and 2 at D. Then we have a Solo and episode 8 at C. Like, they're okay. I like them okay, but there's stuff I don't like in them. B, we have episode 3, Rogue One. Episode 7. A, we've got episode 6 and episode 4. And at S tier, we have episode 5. That's my tier list for these movies. That's my opinions. God, these were not good movies. Or, well, I mean, some of them are so great, but the newer ones, just not. The newer ones just were so not great, and it really makes me sad. I like the cat. You could just feel Disney saying, do it, change the entire setting. We're dying here. We're killing ourselves with how bad we made these films. Anyways, guys, those are my opinions on these films. I can still watch almost all. I can't watch the sequels anymore because every time I do, I think of episode 9. But every episode before episode 7, every movie before episode 7, I can still watch. I can have fun with. But if you love episode 9, good for you. If that's your favorite one, I am so happy for you. I don't know how you love the one, but good for you. If you love episode 8, good for you. If you love episode 1 and episode 2, good for you. If you love any of the films that I don't love, I am so happy for you. I am so freaking happy for you. Thank you guys for sitting here with my rant. I'm going to go on a quick break to rest my throat for 2 minutes or maybe 3. We'll do 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We'll do 2 minutes to rest my throat, drink some water, change out of this, and then we're going to go play some Deathloop. All right? Let's get excited for that. And we'll be right back. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the tier list from my Monday stream. If you want to join in live, click the link to my Twitch channel in the description. If you liked the video, please click that like button. And if you want to see more, click that subscribe button. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day.